are talking about um, asking for support after your child comes out as being transgender. And often, as parents of transgender children, we think that the only people who understand what it feels like to be the parent of a transgender child and what we're experiencing are other parents of transgender children, right? Because how can anybody possibly know what that feels like unless they are experiencing it also? But if you think about what it is that you're actually experiencing, grief, loss, loneliness, um, letting go of the expectations of of who you thought your child was, um, navigating a new reality for your child and for your family. Those are not situations that are inherently unique to being the parent of a transgender child, right? Other people in your life, your friends or your family members, or even casual acquaintances that you have at work or in other areas of your life, probably have experienced some of those same things, even if they are not the parents of transgender children, to some degree or some other extent, just in a different kind of way. And so those people in your life are able to support you in their own way through their own understanding of their experience, even though they don't exactly know what it's like to be the parent of a transgender child, right? They know what it's like to feel grief and loss, so they can relate to those emotions that you're feeling. They know what it's like to maybe have your world turned upside down or to learn news that has completely, changed everything. And one day you're waking up and nothing is the same as it was the day before. Or they know what it's like to have had expectations for what you thought your child's future was going to look like, whether or not those expectations were right or wrong. And now that future looks totally different than it did. And so they can relate to those experiences, having experienced them themselves, even though they're not exactly the same experience from the perspective of being the parent of a transgender child. So, when you're looking for the support that you need after your child comes out, don't rule out the people in your life just because they are not in the same place that you are, just because they are not parents of transgender children. Um, they can still give you the support that you need and the comfort that you're looking for and offer you, wisdom and guidance that you may not even have known that was going to be beneficial to you. And sometimes it's hard to ask for help and support, especially if you don't know what it is that you even need. And the people in your life who aren't parents of transgender children may be waiting for you to ask for that help and support because they don't know what to say and they don't know how to offer that help that you're looking for. So you may just have to ask because they may be afraid that they're going to say something wrong or they're going to say something offensive or something that's going to hurt you or just something that's not going to be okay because they're not sure what's okay or what to say. And so they don't say anything. And you don't say anything because you're just waiting for somebody to be like, hey, how are you? Like, what's going on? How can I help you? And so nobody says anything, and you're all just kind of moving along, and nobody's getting any help, and nobody's offering any support. And it turns into like a big, ugly cycle of loneliness and disconnect. So I thought we would just talk about that a little today. Um, yeah, and I have a post about it on my website, and I'll leave the information in the notes, and we will talk again soon.